ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern is joining us now. And Richard, up arrows all across the board to start the week.
A pretty darn good way to start the week, and I have to confess I was very surprised by the number of people who thought the stock market was closed today. In fact, banks were closed and the bond market was closed, so the stock market was the only game in town, and a good game it was. The Dow was up by 159 points at the high of the day. Didn't finish there, unfortunately, but we did see a very, very strong move out of Boeing, a strong move out of Apple. International stocks were higher, oil moved higher. All in all, a pretty darn good day. Let's take a look at the closing numbers, and in fact, attractive they are. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 89 points, 0.5%, closing at 18,329.25. That on a volume of 687 million shares. The NASDAQ had a good day, up 0.7%, more than 36 points, closing at 5,328.67. That on volume of 1,605 million shares. And nothing wrong with the S&P 500, up 10 points, almost 0.5% at 2,163.66. Well, I know it's only Monday, but this week is going to be probably all about Friday. So what's going on Friday? Earnings, all from major banks across this country. Earnings from Bank of America, Citigroup, JP Morgan, and Wells Fargo. How's that for a foursome? All four of them are expected to report their earnings on Friday. And of course, so many financial institutions are impacted by interest rates, whether they do go higher or they don't go higher. Right now, of course, they continue at record lows. So the question is, how are these banks doing over time with interest rates still at record lows? And we'll find that out on Friday. A lot of people think that JP Morgan Chase is the leader of the group right now, but that's why we have a market. We'll find out more on Friday, and it'll be an interesting week along the way, I assure you.
Richard, you mentioned Apple earlier. You have some more news on them?
Well, I think they're benefiting from a company by the name of Samsung having a little bit of problem with their Galaxy 7 Note, and a lot of people think that is being turned in and exchanged for, guess what, an iPhone 7. If that's true, that's why Apple's up to $116 a share, the best price we've seen there in quite some time.
Wow. Well, good to see you again, Richard. Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be here.